Welcome to this tutorial brought to you by River City Graphics. Today I'll be showing you how to set up a site and connection to your server from Dreamweaver. So to get started, we're going to open up Dreamweaver, and up in the menu bar we're going to be looking for the site button, and we're going to click on that and go down to new site. And then the first thing we need to do is basically define where our site is. So the first thing we can do in this is actually go to the site name field, and we're just going to type in a name for our site. So I'm just going to type in River City Graphics 2 because I already have River City Graphics, so I'll just make it number 2. And then the next thing we need to do is basically choose where our files are on our computer. So we're going to click this little browse for folder and go to the desktop. We can search for River City Graphics, click OK, and select. And basically you should have all of your files for your website in one specific folder, and then within that you'll have like images and scripts and your index file and all that. So what you're looking for is that main folder, and if you don't have your website set up like that, you should, because it's helpful and you'll need it for this. So basically put it all in one folder and then you can link to it. So once you've done that, you can take and go over in this side menu here, go down to servers. We're going to be clicking this little plus button to add a server, and this is basically going to help us connect to your web hosting so that you can upload files straight from Dreamweaver without having to go online and actually load up your FTP software and load the files onto your server from there. So this kind of cuts out a step for you. So what we can do is take it on server name. You can call this again whatever you want. So I'll be calling it River City Graphics 2. And then we're going to be using FTP, and in most cases you'll be using FTP, so just select that. For FTP address, it's going to be whatever your website URL is. So in my case, rivercitygraphics.com. And then we'll click on the next thing, and you can see that it automatically adds in the website URL down here. And then what we're going to need is the username, and so basically this username is whatever you log into your web hosting with. It should be that username, and the same for the password. And if for some reason it's not, you can contact your web hosting company and find out what your FTP login is. So I'm just going to type username there and password there. Obviously those aren't my actual login, but I don't really want to type that on the screen for security reasons. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you click this test button. Now if I click test, it's obviously not going to be able to connect because these are incorrect values here for username and password, but when you connect it should say something about that your connection was made successfully, and if it doesn't, then check your settings because you might have something wrong. You might actually need like the http://www dot there. I don't really know if it makes a difference, but if for some reason it doesn't work, you can try that. And so once you click test and everything's working, you can come down here and go to root directory. And what this is basically if when you log into your server, you have your files that are public somewhere else, like you might have them in root / River City Graphics, you might have them in like public_HTML / River City Graphics or something like that. You'll have to know that about your web hosting in order to fill this out, but it saves you basically time by clicking through menus in order to get to the right folder where you need to put your files. I mean, you can do that when you get to the actual files, but this saves you an extra step by it just taking you automatically there, so you can just drag and drop your files. So again, once you have that, you'll click test and make sure that it can find this particular folder that it's supposed to be looking for. So once you have that done, you can click save, and it'll put that server right there. Click save again, it'll say that I already have it linking to that folder, but that's okay. And so basically it'll open up your files. So I'm just going to close this, and basically what I'm going to do is just open up my about page for River City Graphics, and then I can take and go to Window, Files, and basically it automatically knows that that's for River City Graphics, and so it can load up those files right there, and you can select between your different sites that you have set up accordingly. So in order to actually upload files from here, you're going to need to find this Files window, so you can go to Window and then Files, or you can hit F8 and it'll bring that up. As you can see now, it has all of the files that are on your site and your folders and everything like that. So basically what you can do is take and click this little plug button here, and that will make a connection to your server. And then we can take and click this little collapse to show local or remote, and then click it again to open it up. And you can see what it's done here is it's actually taken and made two different sides. And so on there, what you have on the left side is your remote server. So this is my actual web hosting server, and on the right I have my local files. So basically I can take my local file and just take and drag it over here, and it will overwrite it, and then it's uploaded. So you can also click the little put files here, or you can take and click over here and click the get files. So basically it's an upload or download system. It's like a giant flash drive is what your web server is, that anyone can really see. So basically, you can just take and drag and drop, or you can click the little upload button. When you first do it, it'll bring up a message. It doesn't for me anymore because I clicked to set it to not show me the message. But say that I upload the About page, and the About page has its own CSS page, and it's linked to the index page, and it's linked to the contact page. It'll ask me if I want to upload all of those files as well, because they have basically linking in them, and I just usually click no because I know exactly what files I want to upload. So that's just a little tip if you want to, that might be something that you encounter. Otherwise, it'll just ask you if you want to overwrite stuff. So that's pretty much the tutorial. This is definitely really helpful because it kind of cuts out the need to sign into your web hosting by going online and signing in and clicking through all their menus, or using like FileZilla or anything like that. So with it built right into Dreamweaver, it makes it pretty easy. You might prefer some of that software. It might be better than this. You might just prefer their interface, but this is definitely worth giving a shot if you already have Dreamweaver. So I hope you guys learned something in this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment, and I'll have a new tutorial for you next week. Thanks.